Hey, it's Mike from Savvy Nomad, and today we're going to talk about a topic that confuses a lot of people, and that's the difference between the terms domicile and residence. These two terms are often used interchangeably, but when it comes to the financial and legal implications, they are completely different. If you're a US taxpayer living overseas, you're retired abroad, you're a digital nomad or remote worker, you need to be really clear about the definitions because your domicile can affect everything from where you pay taxes to where you vote. So in this video, we'll break down the key differences between the terms domicile and residence so you're totally clear about what they mean for you. Let's start with the idea of a domicile. What does that mean? In short, your domicile is your true permanent home. It's the place that you intend to return to after any temporary absence or trip outside the state. Your domicile stays the same unless you take clear steps to change it, like moving to a new state and making that state your new permanent home. Again, it all comes down to your intent. Where do you intend to reside in the future? Of course, the idea of intent is kind of an intangible concept, and states have all different rules about how you establish intent, and we get a little bit more into that in some of our other videos on establishing residency in low-tax states, so make sure you check those out. So let's get to the idea of a residence. Residency is a bit more flexible. It refers to where you are currently living, even if it's temporary, like you're living in another state for school or you're there for work. While residency can affect local taxes and services, it really doesn't carry the same legal weight as a domicile. You can be a resident of many places, but you can only have one domicile. The location of your domicile is extremely important because it can affect things like your taxes, your voting rights, your eligibility for government benefits. For example, if your domicile is in a state that collects income tax, then you'll likely need to pay taxes there even if you're living or working temporarily in a different state. Residency can also affect taxes, but that's usually based on the amount of time you spend there. Some states have rules that require you to pay state income tax if you spend a certain number of days in the state. Generally, we're talking about the 183-day rule, which we cover fully in another video. Check that out, link is in the description. Your domicile also determines where you could register to vote and which state's laws apply to you for benefits like healthcare or education. Residency, on the other hand, can affect local services like qualifying for in-state tuition at universities or access to public services. Now, if you want to change your domicile, you need to show both that you've moved to a new location and that you intend to make that your permanent home. Oftentimes, you can demonstrate this intent by taking actions like buying a house, registering to vote, getting a driver's license in a new state. Also, it's important to officially cut all ties with your old domicile state to avoid any legal or tax confusion further down the road. We cover that process in a lot more detail in our other videos and in articles on the Savvy Nomad website, so definitely check those out. It suffices to say that the process involves a lot of planning, a lot of paperwork, so it's a real hassle, but the good news is that Savvy Nomad does all the hard work for you. If you're an expat, if you're retired overseas, you're a digital nomad, we can help you get a real residential address in Florida that you can use for all your legal and tax purposes. That's totally up to you. If you want to sign up, link is in the video description. And if you do end up going with us, make sure you use the code YouTube for a special discount. If you enjoyed this video, you learned something, hit that like button. Again, really helps us out in the algorithm so we can get this content to more people. And if you want more tax tips, financial strategies, follow our channel. We're always putting out new content for digital nomads and expats. Until next time, safe travels and happy tax planning.